ever since Maye had spoken with her father and Salhuta through their mysterious bond. She had watched the sea from sunrise until sunset. Every morning she searched the horizon with hope in her heart. Every evening she went to bed believing, perhaps tomorrow. Meanwhile, Nancy traveled to the main island to spread the wonderful news. The king is coming home, she told the tavern keepers. Queen Astra wishes for everything to be ready to celebrate their arrival. Before long, the whole island buzzed with excitement. Yet waiting was the hardest part. The minutes seemed like hours, and the hours stretched into days. Maye could barely contain herself. One afternoon, Queen Astra came to sit beside her on the cliffs overlooking the sea. Together, they watched the endless horizon. Then Maye gasped, "Mother, look!" Far out at sea, two tiny shapes emerged from the mist. Ships. The queen narrowed her eyes before a hopeful smile spread across her face. It could be them. Maye bounced excitedly.
Do you think it really is?
"I believe it might be," the queen replied. "Come, let's collect faith and make our way to the docks." By the time they arrived, the ships had drawn much closer. There was no doubt now. Two vessels were sailing into the harbor. The queen turned to Maye.
Can you reach your father?
Maye closed her eyes and tried to calm herself, but her excitement overwhelmed her.
I can't concentrate.
She laughed nervously. Queen Parucha squeezed her hand.
Then we'll know soon enough.
Word had spread across the island like wildfire. By the time the ships entered the harbor, the docks were overflowing with people, all eager to welcome home their king. Then, from the deck of the leading ship, familiar voices rang out across the water. "We're here! We're here!" The king stood waving beside Salhuta, both smiling from ear to ear. As the ship finally docked, they barely waited for the gangplank before hurrying ashore. Maye ran. Salhuta ran. The king opened his arms wide. In moments, the whole family was wrapped in one joyful embrace. Tears flowed freely as months of fear, hope, and longing melted away. "I never thought this day would come," the king whispered, holding his family tightly. Around them, the crowd erupted into cheers. Many had prayed faithfully for this very moment, and now their prayers had been answered. After a long while, Queen Parucha smiled through her tears. "Come," she said, "you must all be starving. The tavern is waiting for us. We'll eat there until the tide is low enough to cross to the little island." The king offered her his arm. "Lead the way, my love. You're even more beautiful than I remembered." As they walked through the cheering crowd, Salhuta and Maye chatted without stopping, their hands tightly clasped together. Neither of them intended to let go again. The tavern was alive with music, laughter, and celebration. Tables overflowed with food and drink as old friends welcomed the travelers home. During the feast, the king proudly introduced Salhuta to his family. "We would never have made it home without her," he said warmly. "She saved us more times than I can count." Maye was fascinated by Salhuta's remarkable gift. Before long, the two were deep in conversation, though much of it happened silently, mind speaking to mind, unnoticed by everyone else. Stories filled the room late into the afternoon. Tales of danger, courage, miracles, and unexpected friendships were shared with laughter, tears, and grateful hearts. As the celebrations continued, the king sat quietly beside his wife, his newborn daughter sleeping peacefully in his arms. He looked around the room at the people he loved, and then lifted his eyes toward heaven. "Thank you, Lord," he whispered, "for bringing us together again." Their incredible journey had changed every one of them, and somehow they had all become stronger because of it. Only one journey remained. Just Lydia was waiting. Home was so very close. Yet the king still had one important question to answer. How would he lead his family safely back to the island they had longed for all this time?